Hi, welcome to my studio. My name is Cheri. Today is catalog kickoff day. So this may be the last video that I get posted today. I'm still moving kind of slow and I'm playing such catch up with emails and answering comments on my blog and YouTube and everything. So if I haven't got to you yet, I take a break, and while I'm editing pictures and editing the film and answering emails and sending new emails, I'm trying to get a little bit of all of those caught up with every time. So I'll get to you. My goal is to have everybody answered by the end of the day. So I'm going to do a really fun card, but before I do, I'm gonna real quick go through some of the videos that I have posted for some things that are in the new catalogs. That way, if you've missed them, you can go watch those. So I did Shark Frenzy, and this is so cute. This will just bring a smile to your face when you stamp with this. And if you've seen it and you thought that it's not you, take another look at it because the dies are really cute. But also, if you have children, this is a great stamp set for them to use, to stamp along with you, for them to make cards for their grandparents and for their parents. It's a super cute little set. And that and this, and then the flamingo, which I haven't made anything with yet, are part of my online retreat. You don't have to have the stamps. You can substitute other sets, and all of the retreat information is posted on my website. We'll hold off on this one for a second. And I have moved the date just because I realized I still can't make it quite through the whole day yet. I'm getting much better and thanks for all of your emails and cards and concern, but I am getting better. I just can't quite make it through the whole day yet. So I don't have that much energy to get through the day. And normally I get up early and stay up kind of late, and that's not happening yet. So I've moved the retreat 1 week, but it's an online retreat. So, this one posted, and this one has some of the celebration paper. And then this one posted a little bit ago, but it has information for my Try It class. I did order all of the supplies this morning, and last night when I was putting it all together, you have to order whole packs of embellishments and whole packs of designer series paper. So I think I'll probably have maybe 6 extra spots. So there is still room. So if you're interested in doing that class, with this class, you will get to see all of the new papers. You will get, on your 11 projects, you'll get all of the new ribbon, all of the new embellishments, the stickers, all that kind of stuff. So you'll have all of that. And then you'll get pieces of some of all of the new paper. Obviously, you don't get every single sheet because we can't put all the sheets on a card. But then in the videos, in the PDF templates and all that, in the videos, I will show you all of the papers. So Celebration did start today. Every $50 or every $100, you get to pick something out of here. When you're placing your order online, make sure that my little face is up in the corner so you'll get all of your freebies. If you shop today and tomorrow, then there's 3 different freebies depending on how much you spend. And then starting on the 7th, I'll have a new host code. So if you shop twice this month, once on the 5th and 6th, and then once on the 7th, this month you can get 2 thank you gifts. Normally, no matter how many times you shop, I just send you 1. But this month I'll have 2 host codes. So if you shop using both, you'll get 2 different ones. So I'm going to use Fine Art Floral. And part of the reason I'm using this is my free class this month. So if you purchase the suite, which is all of this from me, the Sweet Collection's $102, has some super fun stuff, and I'm going to show you some of it now. Then in February, I will post a series of classes using your thing. So information for that is also on my website. So let's get going on the class. This was the very first card that I made with this suite. Today's is a little similar, except when I did this, we didn't have the gold leafing. So I used Wink of Stella. Today I'm going to show you with the gold leafing and just a couple of other things. So I went with Poppy. And then this is one of the acetates that comes in it. There's 3 different patterns. So this is a 5.5 by 2.5 piece that I cut. And then this paper is so hard to choose what side you want to use. I went with the floral side. And then this is a piece of shimmer white cardstock, and we're going to do our stamping on that. So I thought about putting it in the Stamparatus, but I kind of like, if you look at this, it's not perfect. It's supposed to look like it was just like painted on there. So it's not painted perfect. So I decided, since it's not perfect, I don't care if this is perfect. So I'm going to just take I don't even know if my colors are exactly the right colors because I didn't have my catalog out. So I just went with colors that kind of look like they go. So I have Rococo Rose. I'm going to do these big flowers up here. And this is why it's not perfect. If you have sponge daubers and you want to do it perfect or put it in a Stamparatus, or if you have ink spots, you could get a little bit more perfect. If you use markers on this, or Stampin' Right markers, what's going to happen is it's going to be kind of liney because this design, you can see how it has the grainy feel to it, and it's going to suck that in. So it'll be streaky on here because it's so solid, and then that other stuff. So I would recommend using a pad. And then this is Bumblebee. So put it on these little flowers on the outside. It is a little bit of a trick because our pads are big and to get the colors in there, but it all looks pretty when you're finished. And then some poppy to match our paper. And you can see I'm just trying to go with the colors that are in this. So just trying to match it a little bit. So for this, I'll just kind of grab some on the edges of the big flowers and try not to get it on my leaves. I'm going from the lightest colors to the darkest colors. That way, if I do accidentally touch it, it's not going to get on my stamp pad. And then I've got Old Olive for my leaves. And for these, I'm going to try to get most of the leaf. And it's impossible to not get it on some of the flowers because we've got these little stems. And then I've got Garden Green. And the fun thing about this is it's kind of smucky, but when it's all said and done, it's really pretty. And I did get that on the flower. And then I've got Pacific Point because you can see there's some blue in here. So I'm just going to add a tiny bit of Pacific Point to those. And I'm going to go back and take my rose and try to get where I got the green on that and pull it. Actually, I'll do the poppy since it's a darker color. That didn't happen when I was not angling it for the camera to see before. I didn't get green all over it. There we go. And then just blow a little bit of your hot air on it because it's been a minute since the first image was stamped. And then just stamp those on there. And it's photopolymer, so you can see, even though I'm kind of pressed hard, I have my mat, but I didn't put it under there before. You put one of the little mats under it, it's a little bit easier to stamp. But there you go. So it matches to the paper well enough because we're going to add the gold leafing over the top, and that's really going to be what kind of shines and makes it pretty. So it matches well enough. Then I have, there's a whole bunch of really good words in here, and then there is a giant die, so make sure you look at the die that goes along with the little words. We're not going to put the die on here. We're going to take the I Miss You. I remember back when COVID was a thing first in April, and we were always like, oh, this will make a great COVID card because we all miss each other. Little did we know that the 6 weeks or 4 weeks that we'd been missing each other since March into April was hardly anything compared to what we could be missing each other now. So now I'm going to take the folder that comes with this set. So you can see how this looks like it has that painted texture. And we have this folder. And we'll do that live. So we'll actually get that fun. And I used this on the shell card to make the water kind of look like water on the window sheet. I've used it on the kangaroo, which that video hasn't posted yet. The kangaroo is another one of my classes. And it's not so much me as well as YouTube. YouTube's taking like 2 hours to download my videos. Normally it only takes like 20 minutes. But see, it gives it this fun texture. So it looks like it's got the spackling the watercolor kind of look on it. And then you're going to stick this one in here as well. And for this one, I kind of chose the area that had the most impression and stuck it there. Because some of it doesn't have as much as the other. So when you have a little piece of paper, you want to make sure you get it all. So So send that through. And then we're going to use the gilded leafing. So I have taken this out. If you want to see me take it out, I did that on the catalog walkthrough. There's still some in there in the catalog walkthrough video. So see how much fun that is? It just makes it look like you rubbed some paint on it and didn't rub it all off. So I have changed my leafing and put it into this little thing here, which also is perfect because it has just enough room to hold all of the pieces that I'm going to need. So we'll put that back for a second. And then if you've been with Stampin' Up! For a while, it hasn't been like decades ago, but it has been a minute. We used to have heat and stick powder, and that's what you're going to need for this. So if you still have heat and stick powder from when we had it, I don't know if it has a lifetime usage thing on it, but it's back. So this is another one of the flowers out of this set. And then this is just Versamark. So just add a couple of, and if you've messed up, like on my other one, I didn't stamp very well, so I just stamped the flower right over the top of that. These are stamped better. So let's put one here. And let's put one down here. So it's clear. This does have a tiny bit of a learning curve. As heat and stick powder in the summer, if you're someplace where it's humid, I remember in Indiana on a nice humid day, you would dump this out and it would just be one giant glob. So I don't know if it's exactly the same heat and stick powder or maybe they fixed it a little bit. So just pour these on your two flowers. So it's not like embossing powder. Embossing powder is a little bit more forgiving. If you overheat it, it doesn't stay raised up and beautiful. It kind of goes flat and not as shiny. This, if you overheat it, it won't work. So it goes from doing its job to not doing anything in a matter of nanoseconds. Not nanoseconds, but very quickly. So you want to get your heat gun hot before you start waving it over that, because you don't want your heat gun to heat up over that and then take up all of your time. So I'm going to turn this on for a second and fast forward that part of the video while it gets hot. Okay, so I just let my heat gun heat up like 15 seconds. So you just don't wave it, just put it on, and as you see it start to change, angle it where you can see it, and then you'll be able to see if it's sticky. See, you can see it sticking to my hands. That's what you want. If you do it longer than that, then it's just nothing because it's not even shiny. So now we're going to take our gold leafing, which are giant leaves, and just put some on here and rub it on there. Just like that. And then just take a sponge, and these are just in the back of the catalog, and just rub off. And you can see it's stuck to. The flower that I chose doesn't go over the top of these. The giant flower has one that is intended to go over the top. I just wanted some gold accent. So there you go. Simple as that. You can also use this with the tear and tape. I didn't mean to lay that right in there. And then I got this, and people are gonna ask me, so I'll just go ahead and tell you, I got this at Marshall's. So probably TJ Maxx and Home Goods would also have them. I like it because it's 12 by 12. So I can keep all of the things for this suite when I start working on the class. It can all go in here, the paper and everything, but I can keep, you know, my little piece of paper in here. If you're at home, you can keep your heat gun, whatever you need to work on this project can go in here. And then once I run out of the leafing, it can hold some 12 by 12 paper. Oops, didn't get it all quite rubbed off. So now we've got this. Let's fold this in half. We're almost finished. I'm gonna stick this on here and just kind of decide which way you can see. My other one had more flowers down here and hardly any over here, so it made it easy to decide. This one has much more evenly flowers placed, but I do think you get more green over here. So let's stick that here. Our seal, just like that. And then I'm going to put seal right here in the middle because I know my tag is going to be here, so it will cover it up. This acetate's just beautiful. 2 of them are overlays for designer series paper, and I will show you that in a video, and we'll use that in the class because you'll all have your own supplies. And then you need a bone folder, which I know is on my table somewhere. But I have so much stuff on my table. I'm gonna use an old one. I know it looks awful, but it's just because it's old. It's stained. So kind of roll it this way and then roll it back that way. And it just kind of breaks those fibers at the top. And then just take a little bit of seal and fold that down. I wanted to have a little bit of lift to it. I don't know if the steel's gonna hold it. My Steel Plus is laying there. It looks like it's got it. And then the ribbon that comes in this is called Fine Art ribbon, but it's like a linen thread and it has really pretty gold accents in it. So I just want a small regular bow. You don't see me do these very often, but I think there's enough going on the card that I didn't want a giant bow. And the one I did on my first card was a little bit larger than I wanted, so I'm going to try to make this one a little bit smaller. That's always the nice thing when you create 2 cards right in a row. The things you don't like on your first one, you can change on your second one. But I had already cut it, but at the time I decided it was too big. There we go, and just pull that tight. It lays nice and flat, this ribbon. And this ribbon goes with half the things in our catalog right now, in the new catalog. So you'll not just use it with this suite, you can use it all the time. In fact, I used it on a couple of Christmas cards because that gold in it's really pretty. And then just take it, no, that's not holding it. That's why I had my Seal Plus sitting here. It would probably hold it eventually because the seal does become permanent, but I don't want it to be sticking up while I show you. And just put a little bit of Seal Plus right here. Hold your bow on. You can use glue dots if you don't have the Seal Plus. You can also use a glue dot to fold that over. And then you're just gonna stick this on here. And because I'm sticking it to the acetate, I'm gonna go ahead and use Steel Plus as well, because it's just a little bit stronger. You can also use dimensionals, either one. So there you go. Such an elegant card. This one, I cut the acetate a little bit bigger because this one I thought needed a little bit bigger. So a smaller bow and bigger acetate. But I have all kinds of information about all kinds of things on my website right now. During Sale-a-bration, if you would like to join with Stampin' Up! And be part of my team, there's a lot of different freebies. I have information on the new Hey Chick bundles that will be coming out in February. I have the numbers for our new white card stock because the mill, unfortunately, that we have always used to make our Whisper White had to close because of COVID. This little bow is so much cuter. Let's do it this way. I like the little bow better. So hop on over to my website. I'll put that link down below this video, and everybody have a great new catalog day. Bye.